Hey, this is Rick Kasalich, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I wanted to go through what are some exercises to help with a dull pain in my calf near my ankle. So this actually comes from a question from George. And what George says is this past winter, he was walking and slipped and felt a pull in his calf area. He went and saw his doctor, and his doctor said it wasn't anything severe, that he should just stretch it out. Do you have some exercises that I can do? Okay, yes, I do have some exercise that you can do. Now, you went and saw your doctor and you kind of ruled out that there's anything serious going on, and then you just end up recommending stretching. And stretching will help, and I'm going to show some stretching, but I also want to show a couple other things that'll end up helping when it comes to that dull pain in your calf just above your ankle. So one thing I want to show you is foam rolling out the calf. So this ends up being the first thing, and Donnelly's going to demonstrate. So you got a foam roller. This is a 3-foot foam roller. You do not need something this long. You can end up utilizing a 1-foot foam roller. And what Donnelly does is has the foam roller, it starts just above that heel, and then she props herself up and rolls through to just below her knee, and then ends up rolling back. So she's rolling through that calf area. And you'll probably feel a sensitive area or two if you've pulled that area. Now, other things that she can do to intensify things, she just has her toes straight up. Now she can change the position, so rotating in her thigh, like bringing that leg inwards and then rolling through. So now she's working more on the medial or inside part of that calf. And then she can do the exact same on the outside, so rotating that leg out and working on the outer part of that calf, going from just above the ankle to just below the knee. When it comes to sets, reps, and time that she's doing, she's going to go through 1 set, 5 repetitions, time, smooth controlled movement as you see that she's going through, and intensity. We want to feel like there's a massage going on in there. We don't want it screaming pain, because if you end up irritating the tissue, it's going to do the exact reverse. It's going to tighten up more and lead to more pain. So you can do this one. Now, if you don't have a foam roller like this, what ends up working easy enough at home is like a ball like this. This is like a medicine ball, really small medicine ball, but you can end up doing the same thing, like with a soccer ball, if you have a soccer ball or a basketball at home, kind of going through the exact same movement. So you don't need a fancy foam roller. You can just end up utilizing a ball, or if there's something else. I mean, a softball is bigger than that tennis ball there, but a softball ends up working well as well to kind of go through the exercise. So that ends up being the first thing. So we're working on foam rolling. We're working on decreasing the tension in that calf area. We're working on elongating the tissue there, addressing any muscle fibers that are overactive, and dealing with trigger points in there. So that they'll end up decrease the tension, things will end up elongating, so there'll be less pulling going on in that calf area. Now, the second thing that you want to do is some stretching, which is what your doctor recommended. And what I recommend is a calf stretch. So taking a big step forward, toes are pointing straight ahead. Ideally, I want this heel out in order to have that toe pointing straight ahead. Most of your weight is kind of on the back foot, and you're really trying to keep that heel down. And we're looking at getting a stretch in that calf area. Depending on where you have tension or tightness is where you'll end up feeling that stretch. Now, if it's down here lower where you've injured it, that's probably where you'll end up feeling the stretch. Now, when it comes to sets, reps, and time, you're going to do 1 set. You're going to do 2 repetitions on each side. I would recommend alternating back and forth, even on the non-injured side. Going through the non-injured side is just going to help that non-injured side, and then it'll also give the injured side a bit of a break. When it comes to time, I'm looking at 20 seconds, and intensity, I'm looking for a light stretch. I'm not looking for a ripping apart stretch, because once again, you could end up damaging the tissue, but then also if you irritate the tissue, you get the reverse happening. Instead of things getting better, things will tighten up and you end up getting more pain. Now the third one ends up being like a dynamic stretch that I'll end up getting you to do, and it ends up being heel drops. We're going to utilize this half foam roller, and because that's what we have. But what I'd recommend you to do is use a step. So staircase, the bottom step of the stairs, and go through this. So Dawnalee's going to put this on the floor, the flat side. She's going to put her balls of her feet on the half foam roller. She's got her hands on the wall for balance, and then she has her ankle straight, and then she's going to drop her heels down. So this ends up being like a dynamic stretch that ends up going on. And yep, so she's coming back to the start and then dropping the heels again, looking at getting a stretch through here. I find a lot of times more it's in that heel cord that stretch ends up happening. Good. When it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets 1, repetitions, I'd recommend 5. When it comes to time, smooth controlled movement and then holding that bottom position for a couple seconds. It'd start off with 5 seconds. Intensity with this one, you want to be feeling a good stretch happening with this one. So you might feel it with this amount of dropping your heel down, but more likely you're going to need to drop your heel further down. So like I said, you got a full staircase, the bottom step of the staircase, and you'll have to play around with how far you need to bring your heel down in order to get that good stretch. So there you go. Give those 3 exercises a go, and they'll end up helping with that dull pain in your calf just above your ankle. Now, if you want some of my other tips and tricks when it relates to helping with knee pain, what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Knee Pain and Tightness. Just click right here. Let me know where to send that brand new free report, and I'll send you that brand new free report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/knees. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comment section. And then lastly, hit subscribe so you'll end up getting future pain relieving videos.